Aloha, my name is Kalamaoka'aina Niheu.
Aloha, Kala'i. How do you feel about the eight Kanaka who were arrested for trying to bring their concerns to what was essentially a constitutional convention?
Well, it really bothers me that they're arrested for simply wanting to share their opinions and concerns as Kanaka Maoli of Hawaii to a constitutional convention. My understanding is that it's their constitutional right to share their mana'o about what's happening in the Hawaiian government system today, and for them being arrested was totally unjust. And I came here today to support Kalamaoka'aina Niheu, and especially that she was, the case was dismissed with prejudice, as if this was the fourth time she was here today, excuse me. So again, it's a'ole pono what happened to the eight Kanaka on that day. Aloha.
Mahalo, Kala'i.
Hello, my name is Rainey Cohane, and I'm here as a Native sister supporting Kalama in her quest to find out why she was unlawfully and unconstitutionally arrested.
Aloha, I'm just here to express how I feel about the arrest. First of all, it was not deemed necessary, even by the own laws of the United States, because what they did is they squashed their freedom of speech rights. Also, they were targeted. How do I know that? Because I was allowed through the gates. Yes, I was. So they were targeted not to be let in, and that was shared with me by the security, both the one that was hired by the event and also by the employee of the golf course. I was told after I drove through, because I came in after it happened, that Walter Riddy's name, which they even showed me on the list, the event security pointed his name, was not allowed to go in. So yeah, the Kanaka Maoli expression of being there to share their mana'o was not allowed, and I went through the gates because they assumed I was there to golf, which I wasn't. However, to say that it was a trespass on private property, why was I able to get through? So it was prejudicial, and it's not right, because those people stood peacefully out there. And I saw what happened on video, and it's pretty clear that, I have to say the name because it's the truth, Annette Amaral was the initiator of that. I can only guess who the event spokesperson was that told the people at the gate not to allow certain individuals to come through. So I'm very happy that Kalama was able to let the judge know that this needs to be dismissed without prejudice, because they had enough time and we don't want to go through this again. So in all fairness, let's get the record on straight, because as recent as the Ho'iho'i'ea, it was brought to the attention from the so-called Aupuni group, which is no longer in existence. Their individuals stated that they wanted to be arrested. And right there we had police officers that made it clear that no one can get arrested on those grounds. So this is quite true, and Kalama would never put anyone in harm's way that way. That is not what we're about. We're a peaceful group asking for fair and equal representation, which we have not had till today. Fair and equal representation. That is what this law is supposed to be about, for all people. Not just the Hawaiians, okay, but for all people, and that's what we're talking about. Where is our fair and equal representation during this convention? There was none. That's why it's been squashed. It doesn't do what it said it did, and you cannot do that under that disguise and expect it to move forward, because the Hawaiian community, the Hawaiian kingdom is still alive, and we are moving forward in a pono way, in a peaceful way, with truthful information. Mahalo for listening, and I encourage all to stand for what is right and fair.
Beautiful. Aloha. My name is Gwen Kim, and I am Mama of Kalamaoka'aina Niheu. And I am here today because I am part of the Tita Mommy Brigade that stands against the historic injustices that have been done to Kanaka. And this is one of the most awful ones, that this duplicitous, conniving, underhanded calling of a constitution that will represent all of Kanaka. And when they did this arrest, they held the venue consciously at a private place. These 8 patriots went to put a position forward on behalf of the majority of the people who testified. Thousands testified. They gave up their personal time. They stood in line. They signed up against the DOI taking over of the Lāhui. And they stood for self-determination and sovereignty and independence. But none of their voices have been officially recorded. They have accepted stacks of postcards sent in by who knows who. And this is what they're saying. It will be the official position and expression of the people. So the arrest of these 8 who simply wanted to go forward and give their position of independence, they were arrested by this gated 88. And now we have this official testimony of stacks of anonymous postcards being accepted as the official statement of the Hawaiian people, Kanaka, when their bodies are being discounted. They testified, they went before, and they said no DOI intervention, no nation within a nation, no treatment of being a tribe. So these are the duplicitous people who are going to try to steal the nation from the people. So I know, I trust in the people. I have met these tita mommies that are coming forward and saying, I represent my whole ohana. We will not be squashed and step our neck as it has happened historically. And you guys, you know the Danner sisters? Michelle Kauhani? Hey, you guys not going to get away with this. Got the tita mommies coming out.
Well, mahalo to all of our tita mommies who came out today to support our Lāhui. The last time that the day number 3 of my trial, that was all the uncles. So we had this wahine energy to balance off the kui energy, and so this was really a wonderful experience. And basically what happened was my case was dismissed with prejudice. And I went up there and I said, this is really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I am a physician. I had to take off 4 days from work in order to come here to basically, for what reason? The reason was because we wanted to bring to our concerns to a supposed constitutional convention that they are saying is created for unity of our people, to strengthen our people. You can't have unity when you have the dissenting voices of your nation be arrested at the inception. Now there's a lot of discussion and a lot of banter going back and forth about the fact that Aupuni is dissolved, and it's true. Legally it has been dissolved, but we will not let them release the mo'okua how of how that was created, and that is why we continue to protest Aupuni, because whether they call the aha, and it's a little arrogant that they're the aha, like all the other ahas throughout the time of history that our people have gathered are now relegated to secondary gatherings, that they are the aha, when they actually don't represent anybody but themselves. they are now calling them also Aloha Lāhui, or the Hawaiian Nation. It doesn't get cleaned off in that way. You can't release it. You can't be divorced of the moʻokuauhau from which you were born. The only reason why you have any legitimacy over Kalamaoka'aina or the lawful Hawaiian government or the nation of Hawaii or Kalahui, the only reason is because you had millions of dollars being poured down the throats of our people, so that we can try to swallow this bitter pill. And this fake roll that was created at supposedly more than 100,000 people, that's what's the push that's behind. So for people to try and deny that they are not Aupuni, you know, all my aloha out to you guys, because I think many of you went in there with good intentions. The ua is coming down. Our ancestors are speaking for us right now. This is how we cleanse ourselves, by honesty, by truth, and by speaking the leo of our ancestors. E kalamaia'u. This cannot be washed clean by a simple name change. Malama pono, mahalo nui, and holomua, and I'll see you at the next Aloha.
Mahalo nui no. Mahalo.